Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Illuminate, the Lumenci podcast, a platform where tech professionals explore the latest innovation in emerging technologies. I'm Luis Padilla, your host, and today we have Anusuya, senior consultant at Lumenci. Anusuya has over 15 years of experience in dealing with technologies related to wireless cellular networks, wireless switch and access points, other networking protocols or VoIP protocols, content engines, web caching applications, cloud computing, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. We're both a part of the Lumenci family. Lumenci is a full-service technology consulting firm that creates value from technical innovations and pursues and defends value through the IP lifecycle. For more details on our services, you can write to us in the email mentioned below or visit us at lumenci.com. Moving further, the topic for today is driverless cars. Now, before we get into that, I'll just go ahead and ask you, Anusuya, what kinds of technologies are at play here, or what are kind of the emerging technologies that you've been working with that you've learned about?
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited about our conversation. So to your question about what's happening in the 5G space, I was recently working on a very interesting case related to 4G connected cars and self-driving cars. Please imagine you book an Uber or Lyft and a driverless car comes to your door. Would you take that ride?
Yeah, I've thought about it. It definitely sounds really cool, but I have to say I think I'd be a little bit scared. So maybe could you tell me a bit about kind of the safety aspect of that? Are there safety measures that are being taken, and how does that work?
Well, there has been a lot of buzz about the connected cars. So there are cars in the market that are 4G connected, which are mainly used to provide internet hotspot, entertainment, remote diagnostics, etc. So we already have partially autonomous cars on road with the 4G chip and SIM in them. However, the new thing is the fully autonomous or the self-driving cars. So by using the 5G technology, self-driving cars will be in the market very soon. Testing is already ongoing in different parts of the world, and you can be assured it will be very safe with different technologies in play. So here's a video that shows an example of this technology being used to detect, as seen in the video, a cyclist on the road. Let's pause and look at the video.
This is a test vehicle equipped with the Argo AI self-driving system. Argo technology is designed to make getting around cities safer, easier, and more enjoyable for everyone. You're about to see how. This scene was recorded on January 14, 2020, on one of our daily test drives. This is Liberty Avenue in the Bloomfield neighborhood of Pittsburgh, where our self-driving test vehicle is waiting to make a right turn. Our self-driving system is constantly gathering real-time data about what's going on around it, using overlapping information from cameras, LiDAR, and radar to gain a complete understanding of the world in 360 degrees. Behind us on the other side of the street, a cyclist is waiting to cross. Even from this far away, our technology detects the cyclist and actively tracks and predicts the ways it will likely move. So although the light has turned green, our self-driving system holds off. It knows it's not safe to turn yet. Instead, it waits for the cyclist to pass before completing the turn at a safe, comfortable distance.
So as you can see, self-driving cars combine a variety of different technologies like sensors to perceive their surroundings, thermographic cameras, radar, LiDAR, sonar, GPS, and many more. So these technologies to work together need vast data and reliable networking to support their various sensors and for the real-time communication. So with 5G technology, it is possible to achieve this. So self-driving cars are no longer the future, it is the present.
Wow, that's really cool. That's great that there is some measures being taken to be able to account for all the different kinds of things that can happen on the road. So that's great that's apparently incoming. Now, what can you tell me about how 5G comes into this, and what kinds of aspects of 5G technology enable this type of operation of driverless cars?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So as we know, 5G technology is the fifth generation of cellular wireless networks and features significant improvements in the latency, bandwidth, speed, throughput, and massive machine type communication. So 5G has low latency of about 1 millisecond, while the 4G ranges from 60 to 90 milliseconds. As seen in the earlier video, the car is about to take a turn when there is a cyclist approaching. So this incident must be captured and transmitted in milliseconds. So while the existing network has 60 to 90 milliseconds latency, which will be too late to react. So hence low latency will be the most differentiating feature. So 5G also delivers high data rate. So under ideal conditions, download speeds of up to 20 gigabits per second and upload speeds of 10 gigabits per second is expected. And throughput is also about 10 terabytes per mile. And we already know about this machine type communication. Here, the massive machine type communication, this supports high connection density of online devices. So since massive machine type communication is cellular service, so it can provide connectivity across wide geographic areas.
Wow. I will say that's really interesting that 5G just has some of these innovations that are able to account for some of the issues with 4G. And one thing that I would have been concerned about is how would the range be on 5G cellular service. So it's great that it would actually be able to handle a wide range and handle high congestion of devices and things like that, because those are all things that have to be dealt with in urban areas, and so it's great that there's capability for that. Moving forward, what kinds of requirements are there for being able to implement this 5G technology in driverless cars, and how are those requirements being met?
So the wireless communication system uses radio frequency to carry information through the air, so also known as spectrum. So here in 5G technology, it operates in the same way, but uses higher radio frequency that is less cluttered. So this allows for it to carry more information at a much faster rate. So I'll try to explain key features that are driving the rapid advancement in 5G wireless connections. One concept is a beamforming. It is used and it uses an increased number of antennas to aim signals directly towards a specific device, group of devices, or location. So this helps to avoid interference and is a better way to deal with demand from millions of devices. The other is a carrier aggregation. In carrier aggregation, it combines multiple channels of spectrum together. The wider the channel, the more data can be sent. So the carrier aggregation creates one super channel that has greater capacity and faster speeds. There is OFDMA, which means orthogonal frequency division multiple access. So it enables us to serve multiple clients at the same time. It makes multiple access possible. We know about the MIMO. Here we have MU-MIMO, which stands for multi-user, multiple input, multiple output, which helps increase the number of simultaneous users accessing the network. So multi-user MIMO is a technology that uses multiple antennas to improve the communication by creating multiple connections to the same device at the same time. There are many more topics. I guess we will keep it for some other day. These are the few requirements or few key features that are at play.
Right. Thanks for letting us know about that. That's interesting, because I've known a little bit about MIMO. I have a wireless router that has that technology for delivering to multiple devices in my home network at the same time. I didn't consider that would be really useful in this kind of use case for using 5G and having, maybe many different driverless cars being serviced by one antenna at a time. So that's really cool that it has that capability. I mean, it would be really important because this brings us to my next question. How would this technology scale up? So if there is widespread adoption of driverless cars, how will that affect the way that the system works? Will it improve it in any way? Could you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, yeah, sure. So there is this V2X features or the connected car features, which will be used more often when there are more driverless cars on the road. So V2X features, it allows vehicles to exchange data through wireless communication. So a vehicle could exchange information with other vehicles, such as information about the speed and positioning to help avoid crashes and to ease the congestion. Similarly, the vehicle can have the communication with the pedestrians, the road infrastructure, such as the traffic lines, public transport systems, cloud services, or for that matter, with anyone who has the internet connectivity and the infrastructure.
Wow. So the technology could get better over time and safer over time if we do choose to invest in this and add that infrastructure, which I'm sure could just be really useful in general. The more data that a car like that could have on what's going on the road would definitely make me feel a lot safer. So that's really cool. Now, you're a part of the telecom technology group here at Lumenci. Could you tell me a bit about how Lumenci is getting involved with this?
Sure, yeah. So we have, as part of Telecom Technology Group at Lumenci, we have expertise on various 3G, 4G, 5G technologies and have experience in the field of OFDMA, MIMO, beamforming, Open RAN, SEP, which is the Standard Essential Patents, FRAND, fair, reasonable, and non-discriminatory licenses, etc. So in Lumenci, we also have two other technology groups, the software technology group and the hardware technology group. So with all our technology expertise combined in the field of 5G NR, Bluetooth, sensors, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, cloud services, automation, combined with the research and product testing, as seen in the slide here, Lumenci is a full-service technology consulting firm that uses the various domain expertise and create value to our clients.
Awesome. As a part of the hardware technology group, that's something that I would definitely be really excited to work on. So that's really great. Well, thank you so much, Anusuya. This brings us to the end of episode 3 of Illuminate, the Lumenci podcast. If you want to speak with Anusuya or myself, you can drop us an email at the addresses below. Or if you want to join as a guest speaker, then reach out to us at marketing@lumenci.com. Make sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Spotify for the latest updates on podcasts and more. Thank you.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for having me.